Hi there, Darlene, Petal Academy. Let's talk about repotting a plant and how do we know when it's time to repot a plant. I am going to demonstrate with our lovely peace lily here. So oftentimes peace lilies are a great low light plant. Oftentimes they will show you that they're ready to be repotted by shooting up quite a bit of flowers whenever they're sort of pot bound. It's a good indication. You can also just sort of squeeze the bottom of the pot and have a good look at that root system. You can see there's not a lot of soil left, and you can see those nice healthy roots. So they're just screaming for more soil. So now you know it's time to repot them and let them get into some fresh soil. So what I've got here is just a regular pot here. It's about a couple of inches larger than my grower pot. We don't want to go too much larger than that, or the plants have a really hard time establishing the walls and their new environment. We want to add, because this one here doesn't have existing drainage, we want to add some drainage to it. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of gravel into the bottom. That way, if I overwater this plant, it's got an opportunity for the water to sit into the gravel area and it will slowly take up the excess water. I'm just going to add those into the bottom of the pot, just like so. Just a few stones, just about an inch or so high. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of scoops of fresh potting soil. So you want to use a nice potting soil that's got a really nice vermiculite, a little bit of perlite happening in here, some peat, anything that's recommended for house plants. Just put a couple of scoops in the bottom there just to get that into those stones and to get a little bit of a bed happening for the bottom of my plant. I've gone ahead, I've removed the grower pot. I'm going to tickle these roots. So you can go ahead, you can get right in here nice and dirty with your fingers, give them a little bit of a tickle around the edges, and this will encourage the roots to dive into that new soil. So you can just kind of give them a little bit of a wiggle there. And we want to have about an inch of space sitting around the outside of our plant. Then we're going to go ahead and add in that fresh soil around that peace lily. So we can go ahead and add a few scoops just so we can get this nice and tight around the outside of our peace lily. This will ensure that there's no air pockets. So as you're doing this, you want to take your fingers and slowly push around the plant just to make sure that it's getting nice and stable in there, nice and snug into its new environment. If you are new to plants or you're a little bit cautious, I would recommend a grower pot instead of a pot that's a little bit more decorative. So try to get a pot that has existing drainage in it, either a green grower pot that will fit inside this pot or something that's got attached drainage to it. Sometimes you can find those clay pots that have built-in saucers. That is great for more of a beginner, or if you're a little nervous. You can hardly see me beyond this plant here, but here we go. All right, so I've just taken, you can see I'm taking my fingers and pushing that down. We want to make sure that there's about an inch of a space between the top of the pot and where our soil stops, because that way we have built in a little bit of a reservoir around this plant to accept some fresh water. But that's basically it. It's nice and snug. It's nice. You can see my soil is tucked around the top nicely, kind of like tucking a little plant into bed to make sure it's all ready to go. And then this plant will continue to thrive and grow into a larger size for you. I hope these helped. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at info@petalacademy.com and visit our website for all things floral. Take care.